So, picking up where we left off, we're about 2,200 meters under the surface of the Pacific Ocean. In the, well, I'd like to say we're in, usually when we're out here we're saying that we're in this place in this country's water, but we're actually in no country's water. We're in the middle of the high seas at a seamount, a guyot, which is a type of seamount, undersea mountain with a flat top. We're coming up one of the sides of this seamount, looking for a few things. We're on the lookout for animals that are of interest to our crew, namely corals and sponges, things that live on them, things that eat them. We're also interested in a little bit about the geology of the environment, namely some of the rocks that we might find down here. If you tuned in earlier, we were sampling a rock for some colleagues and collaborators who are interested in both types of crusts that form on rocks, as well as the basalt rock is usually this rock type that forms from volcanic flows, which we find on a lot of these seamounts, since they tend to be extinct volcanoes.
So on audio, if there's something you want to look at, you can look at it. You can actually control the joystick or ask Steve to do it, and you're in control. Like, it's amazing. Sorry, I'm butting in here. But it's kind of amazing when you actually are in the driver's seat. Once the video is captured, you can't look to your left, you can't look to your right, it's done. But when you're here live, you can absolutely move it anywhere you want to go, which is a tremendous amount of control. So for example, we can do this and get a wider view, right? And so you have this incredible amount of scanning power, which is really an incredible luxury. And so you can take a look any way you want to go. I'll stop backseat driving, I promise.
One of the reasons why it's not so easy to move 2,000 meters under the seafloor is that the ROV is attached to the ship by a long cable, and the only way to really move the ROV a significant distance is to move the ship also. And so it's an interplay between the ship and the ROV, moving in tandem in the same direction, which allows us to get this nice smooth video.
So you can kind of see what's going ahead, so you can see there's some kind of something over there. You want to see what that is? Might just be a dead base.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of sponge, not looking too great.
Nope.
Control Cody.
It's really tough to tell with sponges, but generally anything, a lot of the sponges that are we classify as live, or we can easily identify as live, are generally pretty clear of sediment, because they have some capacity to clear sediment from their bodies, from their
You want to see what that is?
to promote good flow of water, so they can
This
feed.
way over here? Mm-hmm. Yep, so we can take a look. Those are just dead bases, so those are like sponges and stuff that have fallen off a long time ago. Sorry, I'm in your way. You just tell me to get away if you want me to. Am I in your way?
The base of something.
Down below or
Right over there. Yeah.
There we go. Nice.
There we go.
So tall. I know. It's amazing that these are animals, right? Like live animals. They just look so.
So we were trying to arrange the vehicle now to get a closer look at this coral we came across.
What do you think it is, Steve?
From here, it's an octocoral. It's a primnoid coral. We're going to try and get a closer look to see if we can. Well, I think it's a primnoid. I'm not going to jump into that just yet.
I don't know. Looks like it with the opposite, polyps.
So going in on the zoom here.
let you know when I'm stable.
Okay.
I like to zoom out just a little bit. Stable for you.
So what I did is I turned off restream. So just stop restream from just
There you
YouTube.
go, buddy.
Ready?
Ready.
And then I went in and
Ready, ready.
once I made sure YouTube was done, I was able to create a new stream and then find it from the drop down and set it as a restream and start it again. No, it's there. It originally wasn't, and then I was able to select it as using it as a copy of today's guide, so I just did part 2.
Whoa, there we
So
go.
it did show up in the drop down.
So yeah, what we're looking at here is it's a primnoid coral, octocoral, probably.
Do you want me to eat it?
It says more.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So primnoidae. Yeah.
This one.
That one. Yeah. So we're looking at a few different characters, namely the sclerites are plates that are along the body and axis of the polyp. It's a little hot. Is there any way to? I'm gonna zoom out a bit. But reasonably certain that this one is colony now. Just to double check, it's an unbranched coral, so that puts us into probably 2 different genera. Other possibilities as well. So I think.
Do you want us to bring the iris down a little bit?
Yeah, can you bring the iris? It's a little warm. Is there an iris control on this panel? Oh, no. Okay.
Can you identify what is the associate for that coral?
It doesn't have any associates that we can see.
just
Perfect. Yeah.
Pop that iris to it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh,
Very nice
cool.
shot. So you can see actually it looks like there's 2 different types of polyps here, but in fact just the ones in the foreground, which I'm going to try and focus in on now, are closed and retracted, and the ones in the background are open and have their tentacles out, capturing particles from the water column. Actually, you can see this marine snow drifting around. Great shot.
That's beautiful.
All right.
I'll just submit it.